wanting to deal with him. I have no problem with Bob Arum. There's always a solution. In anything, there's always a solution. And like I said, I met with Bob Arum to bury the hatchet. And down the road, down the line, why not? For the sake of boxing, for the sake of the sport. There's a lot of great fights that can be made. We don't have to be married. We don't have to merge. We don't have to hold hands. We don't have to try and work out where everybody just works happily together. No, we don't have to do that. But there's ways of making fights happen. And that's what I want to figure out and make happen.
Hey, Oscar, do you have any plans to sit down with Richard and hash things out?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what? Yes, when I sit down right now, I'm going to go up to him and shake his hand, and you know what? Possibly even give him a hug. Absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Do you think you can repair the relationship? Because obviously it hasn't been good in the last month.
I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Sí me preguntó si voy a saludar a Richard, si lo voy a... Claro que sí, le voy a extender la mano, quizás le voy a dar un abrazo. ¿Por qué no? Ha hecho mucho por mi carrera, ha hecho mucho por Golden Boy. Claro que sí, ¿por qué no? Ahora me está preguntando si la relación puede ser reparada como era antes. Eso no lo sé.
Oscar, I ask this sensitively, but
I can hear you.
I mean this with all due respect to you, but you know, you've had a couple recap things that have interfered with your boxing duties as the president of the promotion.
Absolutely.
Would you understand if Richard felt he could not rely on you because of your past history?
Absolutely.
Said, you know,
that's very understandable.
And then how does he overcome that? Because I'm sure you've said to him before, Richard, I'm sorry, I'll do better. How does Richard have faith that you can actually do your job going forward?
Well, listen. Everybody has their troubles. Everybody in this world have troubles and issues and this that they have to deal with. While I'm dealing with them, I'm not running away from them anymore. See, the easy part for me was running away. I'm not running away anymore. I'm getting the bull by the horns. You know, what matters the most to me now, right now, okay, obviously my family, but this company, boxing, that's what matters to me the most behind my family. The fans, they want to see great fights, you know. This is important to me. I had a little derailment, a big one. I did. I don't want to stay down. I'm tired of staying down. I'm a fighter. I am a fighter. And I'm going to fight. It's not a comeback. It's not a comeback. You know?
The second question is, you said you want to keep things private with what you said with Bob, and yet Bob yesterday was saying, well, I can do business with Oscar, but I can't do business with Richard. So obviously, you know, Bob tends to, you know, try to play the angles if he can, and it was clear now, you know, he sees, you know, you as an ally with him. So does that concern you, the fact that immediately after you met Bob was talking in public and discussing what his plans fight-wise with you were while kind of taking the shot at Richard?
No, well, he never discussed any plans.
But he was doing that in the media yesterday.
Of course, but he never discussed any plans or we even talked about business. He never talked about that. It's no secret that Bob and Richard do not get along. It's no secret. Bob is repeating what everybody already knows. And that's Bob. That's fine. He loves his opportunity to shine. That's him. Great. I applaud him. But the fact of the matter is that I met Bob to bury the hatchet. That was it. Now, whatever comes out from that can only be good for boxing.
Oscar.
You're right.
Okay.
How you doing?
All right.
Just wondering two things. How many fighters does your company now actually have under contract? And were you surprised to learn that a lot of these guys that your company's been promoting, in fact, only had contracts with Al Haymon?
Well, look, obviously, I have to look out for me. And was I surprised? Absolutely, of course. Do I know how many fighters exactly are under contract with Golden Boy? There's quite a few. There's quite a few. We have a big stable of fighters. I don't know the exact number, but like I said, I have to look out for myself. This is a business. Yes, this is a sport I love and that I wanna protect and make the best fights happen, but it's a business. And I have to protect myself.
Okay.
Thinking to myself, you know what, not that I'm gonna be the bigger man here, but you know what? Let's bury this hatchet, that's it. That was the bottom line. Now if business if business can happen from that meeting in our second or third meeting, then, great for boxing.
Oscar, you and Richard were good friends. Is there maybe a little bit of betrayal in your mind a little bit, or just move past that, or how does that go since you were friends and now you're talking more on a business? I mean, it was business and friendship before, now it seems more like on a business level. How do you deal with that?
One thing for sure is that I feel that, when our lives are exposed, or even business is exposed through the media, without hearing it from me personally or from, I'm sure you've heard it from Richard, but it's getting out of hand. It really is. I have a choice of taking it personal or not taking it personal. Dealing it like a business or not dealing it like a like a business. I have those choices. What I would rather do? I would rather sit down with Richard and just talk to him. That's it. Just like I did with Bob. I can sit down with Richard and talk to him and say, hey, what's the problem? What's the deal here? Can we work something out? Can we, what's going on? Lay out all the cards on the table. Why not? Is that going to happen? I would like to. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Richard,
one more time.
Yeah, Oscar. Richard indicated that negotiations are going on now to try to reach a settlement with regard to your differences. And I'm wondering, from your perspective, how long are you willing to wait to try to settle this before you determine that, for the benefit of the company, the benefit of everything that's going on at Golden Boy, that you will have to sever this and have to perhaps dismiss Richard?
Well, look, first of all, nobody's going to dismiss Richard. He's not getting fired. I don't want him to leave. That's the bottom line. I don't want him to leave. There's negotiations of this going back and forth. I don't want him to leave. Nobody's telling him to leave.
I know, but if you can't reach a compromise on this, and you can't continue to go on this way, you do business, if you want to do business with Bob and he refuses to do business, you can't let this go on for 6 months.
Look, we've been letting lawyers deal and handle with this situation. I think maybe it's time to extend that olive branch. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time, because like I said, I have nothing against Richard, because I respect and admire and appreciate what he did for me. I really do. But at the same time, I have to look out for myself and for my family. That's the most important. But if it means extending an olive branch so we can work hand in hand for the business, then why not? That's how I feel. Why not? For the sake of boxing.
Do you have a plan B if things don't work out?
I have plan B, C, and D.
Could you ever see yourself, if Richard left Golden Boy, and it was just you, could you ever see yourself joining forces with Aaron?
It's never just me.
I know. There's more to it.
I didn't. Yeah, I fought in the ring, and it was just me. But outside the ring, I have a team, a whole team, and the way I found Richard many years ago, you know, from the banking world, and asked him if he can come along with me and help me out, and we can start Golden Boy Promotions. The way I did that, I can do it again. That is no problem for me. That is no problem. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you. Gracias.